My name is Sarah, and this is my story. I was married to a man who chased success and found it, but lost me along the way. I met Michael when we were young, before money, before business, before big dreams. We were students in a small college in California. Michael was ambitious, always talking about the future, about business, about success. I believed in him, even when no one else did. We got married quietly. No big wedding, no luxury, just love and hope. At first, life was hard. We lived in a small apartment, shared cheap furniture, and cooked simple meals. Michael worked long hours. I worked part-time and supported him. I never complained. I told myself, this is temporary. Years passed. Michael started a small business. It failed. He tried again and failed again. Each failure made him quieter, more distant, but I stayed. Finally, one business worked, then another. Money started coming in. We moved to a bigger apartment, then a house. Michael became busy, very busy. Meetings, trips, phone calls at midnight. I was proud of him, but slowly, I started disappearing from his life. He stopped asking about my day, stopped noticing my silence. At dinner, he checked his phone. During weekends, he worked. I felt alone, even while married. Then came Lisa. She worked in his company. Young, confident, stylish. Michael talked about her often. Lisa understands business. Lisa helps a lot. He never noticed how his words hurt me. One evening, he came home late. I need to tell you something, he said. My heart started beating fast. I want to marry again. The room went silent. What about me? I whispered. He looked uncomfortable. I will take care of you. You will be safe financially. Safe, but unloved. I realized then I was no longer his partner. I was a responsibility. Lisa wanted him, not for love, but for success, status, power. She admired his money, his lifestyle, his confidence. Michael liked the attention. I packed my bags quietly. I left the big house and returned to a small apartment. People asked, "Why did you leave a rich man?" They did not understand. I did not lose a husband. And that day, I lost myself long before. After I left Michael, life felt very quiet, too quiet. I moved into a small apartment near the city. It was simple, but it felt honest. For the first time in years, I could breathe. At night, loneliness came back, but it was different. This time, it did not hurt as much. I started asking myself questions. Who am I? Without my husband's name, without his success? I decided to rebuild myself. I found a job at a local library. The pay was small, but the work was peaceful. I met people again, real people. I started therapy, slowly learning to speak my pain out loud. Some days I cried. Some days I felt strong. Healing was not straight. It moved like waves. Meanwhile, Michael married Lisa. The wedding was expensive. Luxury hotel. Famous guests. People congratulated him. On social media, everything looked perfect. But real life was different. Lisa loved the lifestyle. Shopping, parties, travel. She loved his success, but not his silence. Michael was still busy, still absent. Lisa wanted attention, time, praise. Arguments started. She said, "You are never home. You love your business more than me." Michael was confused. He thought money solved everything. At night, he sat alone in his big house and felt something missing. One evening, he found an old photo. It was us, young, smiling, before success. That memory stayed with him. Months later, his business faced problems. Big problems. Partners left. Losses came. Lisa became distant. She stayed out late, stopped caring. When the money slowed down, so did her love. One night she said, "This is not the life I wanted." And she left. Michael was alone again. This time, with money, but no peace. One afternoon, my phone rang. It was Michael. His voice sounded tired. "I am sorry," he said, "for everything." I listened quietly. He said, "I lost what mattered most." I replied calmly, "I did not lose anything. I found myself." There was silence. We did not get back together. Some stories are not meant to return. Years passed. I grew stronger, more confident. I studied again, found better work. I learned that love should not make you invisible. Today, when I look back, I do not feel anger, only understanding. Success without connection is empty. Money cannot replace presence, and marriage without respect is only a contract. If you're listening to this story now and feeling unseen, unheard, remember this. You serve more than comfort. You deserve love that stays, that listens, that chooses you. After my last conversation with Michael, I felt something strange. Not sadness, not anger, peace. For the first time, I did not feel tied to my past. I finally understood something important. I was not abandoned. I was released. Life moved forward. I rented a slightly bigger apartment. Still simple, still quiet, but it felt like home. I started waking up early, making coffee slowly, enjoying silence, not the painful silence of loneliness, but the calm silence of self-respect. At work, I was promoted. People trusted me, listened to me. I realized something. I had spent years supporting someone else's dream, without building my own. Now, I was finally living for myself. I joined a community class. Public speaking. The first day, my hands shook. My voice felt weak. But I spoke. I spoke about marriage, about losing myself, about choosing healing. People listened. Some cried. After the class, a woman hugged me and said, "I felt the same." That moment reminded me, pain connects people. Months passed. I traveled alone for the first time. A small trip to the coast. I walked by the ocean, watched the waves. I realized something else. Love should not feel like waiting or proving your worth. Love should feel safe. Meanwhile, Michael's life continued. He fixed some parts of his business, but not his heart. He tried dating again, but something was different. He noticed silence now, the same silence I once lived in. One evening, he visited the small cafe we used to go to years ago. He sat alone, watching couples talk, laugh. He finally understood. Success without presence is empty. For the first time, he accepted responsibility. not guilt, but awareness. We never met again. Some stories end without reunion, and that is okay. Years later, I met someone new. His name was Ethan. He was not rich, not famous, but he listened. He asked how my day was and waited for the answer. I was honest with him about my past, my fears. He did not try to fix me. He simply stayed. That felt new. One evening he said, "You never have to disappear with me." Those words healed something deep inside. Today, I am married again, but this time, I am not invisible. I am not silent. I am not a stranger. And if you are listening to this story, feeling lost, unseen, or waiting for someone to choose you,